So you walk into your local game store, and you see all these colorful boxes featuring World War II vehicles and infantry. Your friends say you need to get into this game so you can crush your foes with armies of T-34s like in the film Stalingrad. Lead Easy Company's Defense of Bastogne and Band of Brothers. Hit the beaches alongside Tom Hanks in Saving Private Ryan, or halt the Soviet war machine at Tele i Hintala. But it's all a bit overwhelming, so where do you start? Why, with Flames of War, of course, the premier 15mm or 1/100 scaled company-level World War II war game. Playing Flames of War will allow you to both refight the famous or infamous battles of the war or throw down in fun what-if scenarios between friends. But where to get started? If you're first setting out, you'll want to decide if you want to collect a specific era of the war. You will have likely noticed that many products are labeled with either mid, late, or both. These era labels detail which years the products can be used for. The mid-era covers battles from 1942 up to the end of 1943, such as North Africa, Kursk, Stalingrad, the invasion of Sicily and Italy, and more. The late era covers the beginning of 1944 and on to the end of the war in 1945. This will cover D-Day and the fight for France, Operation Bagration, Battle of the Bulge, and so on. But why does it matter, you might wonder? Could I not just make an army to fight against anyone else's like some sci-fi games out there? And yes, you could, but let's say you make a cool, hard-hitting list of early desert warfare, German scout cars, and light tanks. You show up to your LGS looking for a game, and the other player brings super late war American Pershings and Sherman Easy 8s. Might not be the most enjoyable of games for you. To combat this, the era split allows the game to be relatively balanced while avoiding making some late war tech so highly priced it will never see play. So now that you have an idea of when you want to play, where is the best place to start? The best bang for your buck would be picking up one of the excellent starter sets that Battlefront have put out. Currently, we have a couple of options. For late war, we have Hit the Beach, Fury, and for select areas of the world, there is the set called Liberation. For mid-war, we have Tobruk, Kasserine, and Stalingrad. Starting with the mid-war starters, Tobruk retails for $60 US and gets you 2 starting forces. The British come with 3 Grants, 3 Shermans, and 6 Crusader tanks, while the Italians come with 10 of the M14, 41, or Semavente assault gun sprues and 2 88mm guns. While the British come out on top here in terms of overall points, the Italian defenders have almost an entire formation of tanks right off the bat, and is a great buy for either army. Kasserine does the same as Tobruk, but for the American and Germans, featuring 4 Lees, 3 Shermans, and 5 Stuarts, and for the Germans, 6 Panzer IIIs, 3 Panzer IVs, and a pair of 5cm anti-tank guns. Fast and brutal tank warfare is the way of the desert, and these 2 collections do not disappoint, both serving as the perfect starting point for mid-war armies of either force. Stalingrad is one of the older mid-war starters, retailing at $35 and coming with a smaller assortment of models. The Soviets having a KV-1, a T-34, a Lend-Lease Matilda, and for the Germans a Panzer III and a Panzer IV. It is nonetheless a good grab if you are new to wargaming and want to get a taste for the fun of dice rolling. I expect that Battlefront will release a set of starters for the Eastern Front similar to the aforementioned Desert War ones in the not too distant future, so keep an eye out for those. That brings us to the late war sets. Hit the Beach. As the store descriptor says, this is the ultimate starter set, at least for Normandy. Retailing at $60 USD again, it contains a minimum strength Panzer Grenadier Company of a headquarters unit, 2 Grenadier platoons, and a pair of anti-tank cannons. I believe these are 7.5cm. As well, a platoon of Panzer IVs in support. Facing off against is a small force of American Shermans, 5 76mm and 3 75mm, with a squad of brave paratroopers in the French countryside. Worth noting that, like all of the mid-war sets, each sprue in this box is the full production sprue, with all options available. So the 76mm Shermans could all be built as the 75s if you wanted. None of that easy-to-build stuff some other companies do. And we can't forget to mention the little plastic V1 rocket terrain piece that comes in this set. Fury, like the mid-war Stalingrad, is one of the older and smaller starter boxes for Flames of War. Fury comes with 1 Tiger, 1 Stug, 2 Shermans, and a single M10 tank destroyer. Retailing at $35 US, again, a smaller box, but definitely worth picking up if you're brand new to tabletop wargaming. Lastly, Battlefront, in collaboration with Blitz Minis, produced a Chinese-targeted starter set for late war focused on the Eastern Front. Like Hit the Beach, it features 2 forces, Germans having 2 Panzer Grenadier platoons, 2 PaK-43 anti-tank guns, 2 Puma scout cars, and 2 Tiger I tanks, while the Russians have a rifle company with 2 Maximum machine guns, 3 IS-2 heavy tanks, 2 ISU-152 assault guns, and 3 Su-76 assault guns. Amazing value model-wise, and an excellent tool if English is not your first language. Also to note, no matter what set you pick up, they will all come with the version 4 pocket-sized rulebook, as well as the needed unit cards in order to get you playing right away. But where to go from here? If you've picked up any one or more of these sets, you will have enough to start getting stuck in right off the hop, with many of the options in each box being cross-compatible with the different eras and campaigns. The next step would be to decide on what nation, or battle, or years you want to theme your collection or gaming on. And from there, you can't go wrong with any one of the many starter armies for each nation. But we can take a closer look at those in another video. For now, I hope this helped give you guys a good idea of where to start. And as always, keep your sticks on the ice. Take care.